Hello everybody, today we are going to be doing my Week 13 Power Rankings. So if you're excited for that, make sure you like the video, subscribe, leave a comment, turn on post notifications, all that good YouTube stuff. Let's get into this. Alright, so I'm not really sure how to do this. I don't know if I start from 1 or 32, but I'm going to start at 32 because I really don't want to talk about a lot of bad teams. So with that being said, at 32, we got the Houston Texans. They're 1-10-1, they're 4th in the AFC South. Kyle Allen doesn't really look like any difference from Davis Mills whenever he got benched earlier in the season. Just not a really good situation going on in Houston. They're still rebuilding. They've got young talent on that team. They're probably a lock for the #1 pick. I don't think they're going to win any more games. At 31, we have the Denver Broncos. Now, I am a Seahawks fan. I don't like Russell Wilson right now. I don't think that offense is any good. That defense is still very good. It's probably a top 10 defense in the league. The offense is the worst offense, like one of the worst offenses in the NFL history. They're averaging less than 2 touchdowns per game. That's insanity. And you just gave Russell Wilson $245 million? Wow. Unreal. At 30, we have a team that I actually kind of like this year. I'm starting to really like them. The Chicago Bears. They are 3-10. They're 4th in the AFC North. NFC North. My fault. But I really like Justin Fields this year. He was looking like a really bad quarterback in the beginning of the year, and he's been on like a tear recently. He had a very long run against the Packers. Unfortunately, Aaron Rodgers owns the Packers, so we can't really do anything about that. But I think this team does have some promise, and it's not going to be at the bottom of the league for the rest of the years to come. At 29, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, last week, I thought the Jaguars were going to be one of the better teams looking forward, but you just lost to the Detroit Lions 14-40. Are you serious? They're 3rd in the AFC South, which is the worst division in football by far, at least to me. Trevor Lawrence, he had one of his best games, and then he kind of got hurt in the middle of the Lions game, and he didn't look the same. At 28, you had the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams, they are a mess. I mean, they just picked up Baker Mayfield, so that's a bit of an upgrade over John Wolford. Is it? I don't really know what Baker Mayfield is. I thought at the beginning of the season he could be a starting caliber quarterback. He could be all right. But now it's not looking any good for him. The Rams still have Jalen Ramsey. You got Bobby Wagner, who just had one of his best games of his career against Seattle. There's something to look forward to, but they don't even have their first-round pick this year. It's going to Detroit. It's just a mess. At 27, you have the New Orleans Saints. They're sitting at 4-9, 4th in the NFC South, which somehow, someway isn't eliminated from playoff contention because the NFC South has been really good this year. The Saints just blew a lead in 3 minutes. It was 16-3. 13-point lead blown in 3 minutes. Now, of course, it is to the GOAT, so can't really do anything there. But still, 3 minutes and 13 points gone. At 26, you have the Indianapolis Colts. They're sitting at a 4-8-1 record, which is so strange to say off the tongue. It's 2nd in the AFC South, though. I mean, there's not a lot to really talk about the Colts. Jeff Saturday, he's been all right as a head coach. I don't really know if he has enough experience to be qualified for that job, but I can't be talking about that. I'm not a coach. I wouldn't know about those things. I don't want to get into that type of drama. But the Colts, there's just a lot of meh right now. Just meh. At 25, we have the Carolina Panthers, who I think can still surprise some people. They're 4-8, 3rd in the NFC South. If the Bucs and the Falcons sell this division, you could very well see that the Panthers are in the playoffs. Who would have thought? If they went out and then Buccaneers and Falcons drop a few games, it could be crazy. Sam Darnold, he's been playing all right. All right, he's not nothing special. He's just kind of just doing his job. This defense, though, is very, very good. So, back-to-back NFC South teams here. At 24, we have the Atlanta Falcons, who are sitting at 5-8, 1 win ahead of the Carolina Panthers. I mean, there was talk about a quarterback change possibly happening this week. I'd like to see what Desmond Ridder could do. At 23, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers, who they're sitting at 5-7. They're 3rd in the AFC North. No, I'm sorry, 4th in the AFC North. I mean, it's kind of a lot of meh. Kenny Pickett, he's got a lot of work to do. It's very evident that he has work to do. Najee Harris, it's kind of looking like he's a bust. I know that bust word is kind of thrown around a lot. At 22, we have the Arizona Cardinals, who I think the Cardinals, I don't know how Cliff Kingsbury still has a job. I think Kyler Murray runs like a toddler. Not a lot to like with this Cardinals team. It's really good at just blowing leads. They're not good in the 4th quarter at all. Not a lot to like about them, to be quite frank. At 21, I have a team that's kind of surprising some people lately. They're playing really good football right now. The Detroit Lions, they're 5-7. They're second in the NFC North. They're doing pretty good. Jared Goff, he's looking really good right now. I know there's that thing with him. It's a one read and he throws it. It's kind of becoming untrue now. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from him. But the defense, they got to find a way to stop people from scoring. And they did that with the Jags, but it is also the Jaguars. So let's see if they can really do this, get some real competition. At 20, we have the Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson's first game back didn't leave an offensive touchdown the entire game. And yet they somehow, some way, put up 27 points on the Texans. I mean, there were 2 defensive touchdowns. That defense is probably going to carry them for the rest of the season. They might make the wild card game in the playoffs if they win out, which Jacoby Brissett kind of did his job for the Browns to kind of keep them in playoff race, but he's not going to win them to play in the playoff games. I would still got to see some more from Deshaun Watson. Leaving the top 20, we're at 19 with the Packers. They're 5-8. Aaron Rodgers kind of has this thing going on with his thumb. During that Eagles game, like a few weeks back, Jordan Love looked really good in the 2 drives that he played. Me personally, I kind of want to see what Jordan Love can do because Aaron Rodgers is getting old. At 18, we have the New England Patriots sitting at 6-6. They're 4th in their division, but their division is probably one of the toughest in the NFL right now with the Bills and the Jets and the Dolphins in it. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs solely because of those 3 teams. They probably will have a winning record, however. Mac Jones balling out lately. Coming in at 17, we have the Commanders. They're 7-5-1, which, again, ties. I hate saying them. I want them to be gone so bad, but that's different time. But 4th in the NFC East. I mean, Taylor Heineke's doing his thing, except tying. Like, I hate ties so much. It's killing the Commanders for me. At 16, we have the Los Angeles Chargers. Finally, teams that are probably going to be in the playoffs. The Chargers, they're 6-6. They're second in the AFC West. They got to look out for the Raiders, though. They really do got to look out for the Raiders. I know the Raiders are technically behind them in the standings, but the Raiders are on the rise. Speaking of the Raiders, they're here at 15. I mean, what else can you say? They're on a 3-game win streak. Josh Jacobs has been tearing it up. Devontae Adams has been tearing it up. This is what we were expecting to see out of the Raiders all season. So hopefully they can keep this up, and they'll probably make the playoffs if they do. At 14, you had the New York Giants. The Giants kind of slowed down since they had a hot start, but the Giants, they're still pretty solid. Brian Dable probably is coach of the year, maybe. At 13, we got another New York team, the New York Jets. 7-5 record, surprised a lot of people. Mike White has been balling out lately. Balling out. I'm sure Zach Wilson is so salty right now. Do you see the picture, of all the teammates? They're wearing Mike White t-shirts. Oh, I just feel bad for Zach Wilson. Imagine getting benched and your entire team is wearing a t-shirt of the guy that replaces you. At 12, we have the Baltimore Ravens. And I would love to rank the Ravens higher, but we just got news today that Lamar Jackson could be out 1 to 3 weeks with a knee injury. I don't really know how Tyler Huntley will do. Let's see if he can kind of manufacture this Ravens offense. Just outside the top 10 here. At 11, we have the Tennessee Titans, who, another big breaking news today, they just fired their GM today. I guess ownership wasn't happy about how the A.J. Brown trade has turned out. Traylon Burks kind of been heating up lately. However, he did get hurt in this Eagles game, so hopefully he's okay. Derrick Henry has been slow lately. He hasn't been getting going during games. I think he hasn't gotten over 50 yards in the last 2 or 3 games. So that's a bit of a concern because that's a large part of the Titans' offense. Reaching here into the top 10, we have my beloved Seattle Seahawks. Call it bias if you want. I don't really care. Geno Smith has been balling. He's been putting up MVP-type numbers. Is he going to get MVP vote? Probably not. Let's be real. It's Geno Smith. But the Seahawks have been doing phenomenal things. The defense has been kind of iffy. The only bright spot really is Tariq Woolen because of his league-leading 6 interceptions. But other than that, the defense, they need some work. At 9, this may be a little controversial. I don't really know yet. But the Buccaneers at 9. Okay? They're at 500. They're first in their division. I really like this spot here for them. I think that any team led by Tom Brady is going to be a good team, and they're going to be in games. If their run game can kind of go, if they can get a balanced attack going, then they're really dangerous. At 8, we have the Miami Dolphins. Tua didn't really have a good game. I've seen a lot of things that the refs were selling the game to the 49ers. I really don't believe that. I saw the game live. Tua was making some questionable reads. Some of them worked out for him. Some of them didn't. Tua did not look good. That's probably one of Tua's worst games. Speaking of the Niners, I have them at 7. They might drop in the power rankings for next week. I'm not really sure yet. I don't know what to expect out of Brock Purdy. It looks like he's going to be the starter. They picked up Josh Johnson on waivers. He was with the team in preseason, so I don't know if that means anything, if he'll play significant time. But Purdy's season is now. There was good news about Jimmy Garoppolo. He's not going to need surgery on his foot, so he could be back in about 8 weeks, I thought it said. So there's reason for optimism, but it could be detrimental to the 49ers here. At 6, right outside the top 5, I got the Dallas Cowboys. They've been putting up so many offensive points. I want to know if it can be sustained, however. They played a subpar team in the Colts, and they blew out the Vikings. I think the Cowboys really, really good, but I kind of want to see more of it to really make sure that it's not just a team on a hot streak right now. Coming here into the top 5, we've got the Kansas City Chiefs at 5. That may be a little controversial. I know some people think the Chiefs are 1A to the number 1 team, 1B, maybe 2 or 3. But that that Bengals game, that was just not good. Travis Kelce fumbling the ball, botched special teams plays. It just wasn't a good performance overall. The Bengals have had the Chiefs numbers, I think, for like the last 5 years, in the last 5 times they've played each other. At 4, I have a lot of people's Super Bowl favorites at the beginning of the year, the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen kind of has a turnover problem. He's throwing, I think, 13 picks on the season. He has Stephon Diggs, Gabriel Davis. It's not like he has bum receivers. I don't know why he's making these decisions, looking like sometimes a rookie quarterback out there. He gets kind of flustered. He just throws it to the wrong team. But nonetheless, they're still a very, very solid team. This defense is really good. Tremaine Edmonds has been balling out on a contract year. He's probably going to get a bag this offseason. At 3, I have the Minnesota Vikings. And if the MVP race was fair, which, let's be real, it's a quarterback-driven league. It's going to be a quarterback-driven award for MVP. I think Justin Jefferson deserves an MVP vote. He needs some love. He's been carrying that Vikings offense. He's been phenomenal this year. Probably the best receiver in the NFL this year. Just phenomenal things for Justin Jefferson. At 2, we have the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, the Bengals, they have reinforcements on the way. Joe Mixon is supposed to be coming back soon. They just got Jamar Chase back. This is a team that just came off a Super Bowl. A Super Bowl L, of course. But nonetheless, a Super Bowl appearance is a Super Bowl appearance. And I think that Joe Burrow is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. At number 1, we have the Eagles. What can I say? Dismantling the Titans, 35-10 this previous Sunday. It was just a phenomenal game for Jalen Hurts. I think he kind of solidified that he's going to be the MVP this year. He's my pick at least. His touchdown-to-interception ratio has been really, really good. A.J. Brown has been balling out for them. With that being said, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I don't know, like, you gotta tell me, leave your power rankings in the comments down below if you want to. Just let me know. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, share with everyone, all the YouTube stuff. I hope you guys all have a swell day, and peace out.